NATO means a future I can look forward to, knowing we are not alone.
NATO means supporting our Ukrainian friends in times of need. Slava Ukraini!
NATO means our future, stronger together.
NATO means protecting each other for the past 75 years and for the years to come.
NATO means working side by side, every day, civilian and military, to improve our security.
NATO means celebrating our differences and overcoming challenges together.
NATO means living in a free society and a chance to shape our own future.
NATO means serving a greater purpose to protect the ones that I love the most.
What NATO actually means is getting a large amount of people together, the Western world, to group together to stave off problems or potential threats that they see coming from the East, which is probably Russia or China or something like this. However, NATO, which is sort of the Western alliance, are sort of now being threatened and pushed by an Eastern alliance, which is called BRICS. NATO expanded eastwards, which they said that they wouldn't, and they were expanding up to Russia's border where they could put missiles, especially nuclear ones, and Russia didn't like it, so Russia invaded Ukraine. So the war in Ukraine, one could argue, was caused by NATO. So NATO's there trying to protect us, and then NATO's there creating potential Third World War. What we're seeing at the moment as well is we're starting to see people like General Władysław Kukula urging the nation to prepare for a full-scale conflict. He's a Polish general. And what we're also seeing is people in England preparing for war. Rishi Sunak recently was trying to get people into military service by creating a national service that didn't involve the military, and then was proposing that immigrants that came into the country should do it so that they can give something to the country, which will then be pushed to young people if young people aren't already involved from the inception of it. And then it will be a service thing, and then it will be pushed into a military thing. The same thing happens. They do it a little bit, and then they do it full on. What this is they wish to have war. That's what they want. They want a war, and they're pushing for war, and they are trying to gear up for this war. Now, what I think is that it's going to be a split between one side of the world and the other side of the world. It's going to be a split basically between America and China, because the power is leaving the Western world and it's going to the Eastern world as power shifts and power moves, and it has a right to do that. And I think that what America wants to do is to stop that from happening, and they're prepared to go to war as a result. China has some friends. It's got nuclear friends. It's got China. It's got Pakistan. It's got Russia. It's got North Korea. There's four people there. If India joins them, it's 5. So there's quite a lot of nuclear countries there which can head up, and they've also got a lot of people. China's got lots of people. India's got lots of people. So and Africa will be on their side. So I would have thought as well, as an anger and hatred towards the Western people, which the majority of them are white, for attacking and hurting their country in the past during imperialism. So we're seeing a push for young people to join the armies, and this is basically about trying to get rid of the young people, and trying to get rid of probably a lot of the older guys as well, some way. They've got other ways, I would have thought, to get rid of the older guys, so that they can bring in a new race, a new younger generation, not a new race, but a new younger group of people that they can indoctrinate in the schools, and they can roll out whatever it is that they want to roll out. You see, every time there's a war, they roll stuff out. In the Second World War, the inception of the family falling to bits was started. Women, whatever you want to think, what a woman's role is. Before First and Second World War, it was usually in the house, and they guarded the family. And then I think it's the Second World War, a lot of people died. Young men died, factory workers died, or they're fighting, and they needed to replace the workforce, so the women came out. So the women started to get jobs, and as they got jobs, they got liberation, they got freedom because they got money. However, if you look at 2024, it's gone from like a man working and then to a man and a woman working. then from a man and a woman working and having 5 kids or 4 kids now down to 1 kid. And you can see how the population is starting to decrease because, number one, women have been pushed with feminism. There's also wokeism and also gender biases and gender this and gender that. And also, they've taken so much money away from the family that the family can't really afford to live. So people don't want to have children. And it's also a very narcissistic me society. And so people want to have fun instead of having children. We go to the next one.